What's up, guys? Today I'm bringing you an updated list on Jurrac dinos post Aliance Insight. In the Aliance Insight, there are support for Vanquish Soul, there's Blue Eye support, and there's a bunch of different support that will bring more decks to the meta. And this deck list will hopefully prepare you guys for it. Last Thursday I went to a tournament. There were 5 rounds. I won 4 and lost once. So I had pretty good success with this deck, and I hope you guys too. But now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the deck list. Starting off pretty basic with our Jurrac engine, we will be playing three copies of Jurrac Stego. This is pretty basic Stego, your combo starter. Not really much of the combos will be changed, just how the deck works, and its consistency was a lot better from my last list, and we better prepare you for the upcoming meta, and honestly future metas. This deck list is just can handle a lot of decks overall. The next, pretty basic again, 3 copies of Jurrac Megalo. Megalo, great card, you need 3 of it, because if you draw 2 or 1 goes to grave, if you only have 2, the engine's kind of dead. So playing 3 is really good. Next, only 2 copies of Aiolo. Aiolo, honestly, you don't want to draw it. It's honestly a break if you draw it. You mainly just want to special summon it off the Stego. So, but you have to have 2 so you can summon the 2 off Stego and go for the combo. Like, check out my Jurrac combo video, because like all the combos I listed there will still apply in this video. This is just an updated list on preparing you for what's to come, future decks, and just a better build and more consistent. But that is it for the Jurracs. Let's move on to the other parts of the Jurrac engine. This will consist of your 1 copy of Jurrac Impact. Jurrac Impact just gives you that extra board wipe. So you go from 3 board wipes to 4 board wipes on your opponent's turn. And it's just really good just for that extra wipe, just in case you really need it, or to wipe your opponent's board and protect yourself with Volcano if you have it. So really good, played at 1. Next up for our Jurrac cards, we're playing 3 copies of Jurrac Volcano. Jurrac Volcano, amazing field spell. You can instantly set it off Horned Source by fusing with Kaito Para. And it's a great protection for your Jurracs. And it's the amazing searcher, and you gotta have 3 of it. You can play it too if you're mixing Jurrac with something else, or if you find 3, like you're drawing 2 of it, or you find another way to search it. But I think 3 is just optimal. If like you want to draw into it for your basic combo, just to really play around certain hand traps. And Volcano is just such a good utility tool, especially since it can, if you can't get your Jurrac Impact, you can just summon the Jurrac Meteor off of the Volcano if your opponent activates 4 monster effects and then summons something. You can just boom, get the Meteor, and I've caught people off guard with this before. Like they have no idea it summons the Meteor. I'm just like, effect to summon Meteor, wipe your board. It's great. But that is going to be it for the Jurrac cards. Let's go into the basic dinosaurs. So I am actually playing only 2 copies of Oviraptor. 2 copies of Oviraptor because your main searching and your main combo line is off of the Jurrac Stego. So I really only found I needed 2 Oviraptors. Not really 3, because you don't really want to go into the 2 card combos that Jurrac Oviraptor sets up. Or Oviraptor Soul Eating Oviraptor sets up. You mainly want to go into your Jurrac cards on your Jurrac combos to set up the board wipes. And the Jurrac cards mainly take up our entire extra deck. So I found Soul Eating is better at 2. You can play it at 3, but I just found that 2 is more consistent, searching out your Misk or your Jurrac cards. And it can set up the 2 card combo, but you mainly want to go into your 1 card combos because they're harder to stop. But two Oviraptors, I am playing the 1 Armadorn Archaeosaur and the 1 Miscellaneous Source. 1 Misk, really good. It's only at 1. Please Konami, put this at 3 or at least 2. Throw us dinosaur players a bone here. We need Misk at 2 so we can make our dinosaurs unaffected my opponent's turn, which would be pretty cool. But for now, we gotta stick with Misk at 1. And the Armadorn at 1. Armadorn, I feel like we have to play Armadorn in this build. I know people have been telling me to cut it, or to cut the kite, but Armadorn just really helps that 2 card combo, and sometimes like you gotta, if you draw baby and like something else, you gotta have a way to pop it in hand if you don't draw the ground Dino. Plus, if you don't play Armadorn, then Oviraptor and a baby become a brick because you have no way to pop the baby in hand if you don't have the one to summon off Misk. So the 2-card combos become just a brick if you don't play the Armadorn. So that's why I play it. And I just feel like you have to have it in this build. And then, of course, we are playing the 1 copy of Kaito Para and the 1 copy of Zeno. So Zeno is really good. I don't play Fostosaurus because Fostosaurus is just another brick in this deck, and we don't need any more bricks. We already have like up to 4, and that is just minimizing it. But this is probably the least bricky version of dinosaurs. I feel like Jurrac Yugi is pretty bricky. I mean, Dinosaur without the Jurrac cards just isn't good. Like the Jurrac dinosaur is just the better version than pure dinos. And yes, we don't need to play any more bricks. Plus, we're not even playing lows in this build. We took it out to make room for other like better support cards for, like for the Jurracs and like Link Vires and SP and all that. So eventually you won't be able to pop the card in hand, but this is a really good level 6, and you can switch it off Ground Zeno. Great Summon, it's a level 6 tuner, so with this plus any level 4 non-tuner is immediate Astro. Astro sets the Volcano, for Volcano is full Jurrac combo. And then of course, this, you search the poly off Kite, poly gets you into Hornsaurus, which let me show you that here, Hornsaurus, and Hornsaurus just searches, places the Jurrac Volcano, and of course Jurrac Volcano is full Jurrac combo. And that's your normal summon, so... And of course, Hornsaurus gives you an additional normal summon on the field. So that's just really good 1-card combo. Again, check out my Jurrac Dinosaur combo video for more information on that. Next, pretty standard, 3 copies of Baby. We are not playing Petite Pteranodon because Petite can be a brick because it's level 4 or higher, meaning you can't summon another Baby off of Petite, and you can't summon any of your Jurrac level 1s off of Petite. So, we're playing 3 babies because babies just amazing utility. It's level 4 or lower, which most of your combo pieces are level 4 or lower. Anything over level 4 would be your like Tyranno or your Zeno, and there are other ways to get into those. But either by searching them and using their effects to summon themselves, or off of Ground Zeno specifically for Metatronus. So 3 babies, perfect amount. Next we're playing 2 copies of, oh, that's not it. There we go. 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. I found 2 is best, especially to like if one gets banished or you can't summon it back, then you're done. Like you can't really have other ways to attack directly except with your Phoenix. But if you get yourself Dino locked, then like if you get stopped mid combo and now you're Dino locked, you can't really go into anything else. So Tyranno is an amazing backup. It's amazing follow-up if you keep it in hand on turn 1. And it's just really good to just attack for a game. So I played these at 2 just in case one goes away. You have a second one. I think playing these at 3 would be too much, so 2 is the perfect amount for Tyranno. Now that that's done, let's get into the main hand traps. For hand traps, we're playing 3 copies of Drawlin Lockbird, 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, and 2 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being. I find Nibiru is amazing because if you get Nib plus your full board, that's basically like 5 board wipes there. 3 off of the Jurrac Meteors, 1 off of Jurrac Impact, and your 5th is going to be Nibiru. Technically, it is a board wipe, not a complete board wipe, but a monster wipe. So, and if you can Nibiru on your opponent's turn because honestly you want most of your Jurrac cards in grave anyway. So Nibiru is really good as that extra monster wipe, and you don't really care about your own monsters being sent to grave anyway. So it's just a really good. And then Ash Blossom, of course, great hand trap. Draw, great hand trap. I would suggest putting a Moltrami or a Fua in your deck. I do not have those cards, but if you guys have those, absolutely put those in. Just an extra 3 up. I would get rid of the draws for Moltrami or Fua. But yeah, any of the Moltrami cards really good in this deck. Of course, really good in any deck. But if you have those cards, absolutely put them in. I do not have them, but so. I can't put them in deck list, but if you guys have them, absolutely put them in. Next, for the spells, we're playing 3 copies of Fossil Dig, 2 copies of Dino, and let me talk about this for a minute. Fossil Dig, obviously, your Dino Searcher, basically Rhoda for the deck. And Ground Dino, I cut down to 2. Last deck list, I was playing it at 3. I cut it down to 2 this time because I noticed that I was kind of breaking on it. Like, I would draw this and a Jurrac monster, which isn't terrible, but it's not the best because your best target to pop off this would be Megalo in hand, but Megalo sends a Jurrac instead of special summoning it or adding it to your hand. So then you just have a Dino on board. So, and you can't search the Stego because Stego isn't a tuner. You would have to search one of the level 1 tuner dinosaurs off this, or Dino. So, you can't pick on this unless if you don't draw a baby. So I cut it down to 2 instead of playing it at 3, just so you don't like heavily brick on it when you don't need it. But other than that, if you can't have Poly in hand for some reason, you can always banish this from grave to special summon your Hornsaurus by fusion summoning. But it's really good at 2. I wouldn't play it any higher or any lower. 2 I think is the perfect amount. That's going to be it for dinosaur spells. Let's get into the 1-of spells. We're playing 1 called by, 1 Poly, and 1 double evolution pill. The pill, of course, you gotta play pill if you're playing Armadorn. Of course, you gotta play Poly if you're playing Kite. I already went over that. And then called by the grave. It's amazing to stop your opponent from stopping you. Like if they ash your Stego, you can slap down the called by the grave. And it's just a good card in general. Like you can even set it if your opponent didn't interrupt you and save it for their turn. If like target their Diabell, you can target their like Spirit Dragon, like Blue Eye Spirit, like the Link 1. I know Orcus is good right now. You can target the Link 1 Orcus or even the Harp Horror or Simple Skeleton called by their grave. Really good for stopping effects. And of course the average hand trap gets absolutely walled by called by. It's just an amazing 1-of. So that's gonna be it for the 1-ofs. Let's move on to the other cards I forgot to mention because I don't know. But we're playing 1 Triple Tactics Talents and 3 Forbidden Droplet. Forbidden Droplet is amazing to get like your stuff engraved. It's gonna be amazing this upcoming format just because there are got a lot of big monsters on the field and some graveyard. But the Forbidden Droplet also just helps you get your dinosaurs engraved. Like if you need a baby engraved to summon off Overraptor pop, you can Forbidden Droplet send a baby. You can send your Dino for the fusion. We're getting specific here and kind of situational, but still, it helps you get your monsters and other stuff engraved that you really want engraved. So, and it's just a great card to negate your monsters. Great going second, amazing going first. You can just set it going first and just have your opponent weep while you negate out their entire board. And then, of course, Triple Tactics. Amazing for the draw 2, for the hand rip if you get drawed, or you can take your opponent's monsters to really help you go for game. Because if you used all 4 board wipes, cool, you wiped your opponent's board, but now you're also wiping your own board like 4 times. So you may have trouble like going second, and this could help you by just being able to take a monster and just attack with your opponent's monsters for game. And it's an amazing draw if you get interrupted. So that is going to be it for the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. For the extra deck, let's get into the links first. Links, I'm playing 1 Hina, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Promethean Princess. Promethean is really good. You can just 3 generic monsters. It is, yeah, 3 generic effect monsters. You can, like, if you get nibbed, and you can, like, mid-combo, and it's, like, a weird spot, use the nib token. Oh, you can't use the token, can you? Just summon 3 monsters, summon this. If you haven't used your Stego, bring back the Stego. It's an amazing extender. Like, if you, because it can target any fire and special summon it, so, it's a great extender to summon your Stego back from grave to use the effect. And it's an amazing card during your opponent's turn to just, like, pop a generic fire, and then upcard your opponent control. So that whether that be a field spell your opponent may have, because you of course want to pop your opponent's field spell if they're heavily heavy on it, or just like any willy card, and then summon itself. And then as for yourself, you mainly want to pop like the Jurrac Megalo, or even just the Jurrac Astro, just to put it in grave and summon this. It's really good utility. And as for the Phoenix, Phoenix really helps you attack for game, get that nice battle damage, and of course it gets recursion if a fire goes to grave. You can summon it back, and it's just really good annoying card that your opponent has to deal with, and it can get to some pretty big attack by using its effect to summon it back. So it's great going second, or yeah, great going second if you can break your opponent's board with like Forbidden Droplet and just your board wipes, and then of course go for game. Hina is amazing because you can, if you get ashed, you can summon back to your opponent. You can summon your opponent's ash to your field, use ash and the Hina for the Promethean, and of course Promethean gives you recursion on your fires, which is like Stego, Xeno, even Miscellaneous Source you can summon off it. So a great little 3-card fire engine there. As for the fusion monsters, we're playing 1 Horned, 1 Chimera. Chimera is great just as a little surprise, because you obviously main deck Poly, and you can just keep adding Poly back to your hand from the graveyard off of Kite's effect to summon it from Banish Pile. So Chimera is really good just as a surprise card. You can use it for more like draw power to hopefully draw into something you can attack the game with, because you're mainly gonna summon this either going second or on like the third turn when you've wiped your opponent's board 4 times, because I don't think any deck is playing through 4 board wipes. And then the Horn Source, of course, is full combo by setting the Jurrac Volcano. And Horn Source also gives you an additional normal summon during your turn, so that's really good, just to keep going on your combo. Next, I forgot a Link monster, SP Little Knight. You guys know what SP Little Knight does? It's a great card, great link too. If you can make it before you lock yourself into dinos, absolutely try it. If you don't want to go into the fire route, go SP. Great going second. Great just to get rid of your opponent's cards, banish something from grave. Does a lot of good things that you want in this deck. Next, let's move into the Xyz monsters. So Xyz monsters I'm playing is 1 Timeless, 1 Dolka. I decided to cut the Lars. Oh, not the Lars. I decided to cut the Lagia, which is the counterpart to this, but instead of negating monsters, it negates a spell or trap by detaching to. Because you're mainly going to run into monster effects, and it's just great because most monster effects to stop you from attacking for a game are like monster effects, not really spell or traps. And any spell and traps your opponent may have should have been already destroyed or should be gone by the end of their turn, because you're wiping the board so many times, and you just kind of want to make sure your opponent has no set spells or traps. So the only thing you have to worry about is monster effects. And if you can make this before you lock yourselves into Dinosaur, it's great, because you can't be nibbed, you can't be ashed if you don't put yourself under Misk before you go full combo. Try to make this, because this can stop like any hand trap basically, because it's a monster negate. So like, unless it's in perm, you're really just negating Ash Blossoms, Nibiru's, just protecting your board. It's basically like a second Misk, but an Xyz monster. Because it's not once per turn either if you have 2 dinosaurs equipped to it, or attached as material. But that is it for the Xyz monsters. Let's get into the Synchro monsters. Synchro monsters we are playing it's all the Jurrac cards. We're playing 3 copies of Jurrac Astro, 3 copies of Jurrac Meteor, and 1 copy of Jurrac Velfito. Velfito, you have to play it. It's the Synchro 5. It lets you Synchro climb into your Astro off of the Jurrac Stego combo. Again, see my combo video on Jurracs for more information on those combos, because all those combos I mentioned in that video apply here. And if you guys find any other combo that I didn't go into on the last video, don't forget to go in the comments and share your knowledge to the other people. But yeah, 3 Astro necessary, sets you your spells, and of course sending all 3 gets you into your 3 Meteors even without Jurrac Volcano. Getting the 3 Meteor's essential for your maximum board wipe. And then, like I mentioned, Bofito just lets you synchro climb. So, that's actually going to be it for the deck, guys. Side deck, it's relatively open. Of course, one Lancia if you really want. But it also stops you from banishing, and this deck kind of needs it banished, but mainly on your opponent's turn. So, Lancia wouldn't be bad. If you want to side deck the draws and main deck like Moltrami, absolutely. Side deck Imperm, side deck Ultimate Slayer, X-xrkjj, all that good side deck stuff. But that is actually going to be it for this deck list, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will actually see you in the next deck list video or Corwin Smash video. Whatever you guys watch next. Later, I plan to, later this week or the next weekend, I plan on doing a U-Bell combo video and a branded deck list. So let me know if you guys are excited for that. Let me know what other deck lists I should check out or combo videos I should release. But that's going to be it for today. See you guys next time. See ya.